Hi, I'm your host, Marsha Florence, for Just Ask Podcast Live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. As usual, we know we always have some great news for you. Just always want to, once in a while, do a recap on some of the service providers that we've seen recently. Now, a lot of things have happened in the last few months that some things have devastated people, such as the ending of the moratorium on landlord and tenants' rights for rent and purposes and stuff like that. And we're going to talk about that and see if we can find out what resources are available out there and who can help you now, or if they're going to reinstate that. They're trying, but ladies and gentlemen, you got to know, you always got to have plan B, okay? You got to have plan B. So today, of course, I want to start off with definitely if you have any questions for me, give me a call at 1-800-323-5336, 1-800-323-5336, or you can always just, as I always say, you can drop me a line as well. Facebook.com, Just Ask Talk Show, or go to Twitter, Just Ask Talk Show, okay? So we always try our best to answer any of your questions that you have. And if you are looking for some services or seeking information about something that is going on in the community, excuse me, we try to address that as well. Now, I do have some good news. Well, I always have good news, but some very exciting news. So this will be the first of this kind, but the Just Ask Foundation, which produces the Just Ask Talk Show, will be having its first, and we're going to call it annual, because we're planning to do this every year in October, a health and fun fair celebrating the human spirit. And it's a day of interactive fun for seniors, disabled persons, caregivers, and the general public. So we invite everyone to come out on Thursday, October 21st, 2021 at the Eastern Market, Shed 5. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be games and food and health professionals, massages, information, vaccination information, housing information, things that people are short in information seeking. So we're going to try our best to assist with having a variety of services, clowns, popcorn, food trucks, blood pressure kits, all kinds of things to help people out. And don't worry, there'll be plenty of face masks and hand sanitizer, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's a lot of room. So if you've ever been to Eastern Market, Shed 5, that's a big space, 2,500 square feet. You almost, put a living room, dining room, and a kitchen in there. So we hope that you will consider joining us on this wonderful day during this time. And if you'd like to be a volunteer, give us a call, 1-800-323-5336, and we'll direct you to the person who's in charge of volunteers and what services will be needing your help. Okay, so I wanted to get that out first because I'm excited. Okay, it's the first of its kind, but it's going to be so much going on in the sponsors that we have lined up. Next time I come out, I got to tell you who all the wonderful sponsors are, because there's going to be a lot of them. Okay, all right. So the first thing I want to start off with is that last time, if you tuned in, you had a chance to see Kevin Fischer, the executive director for NAMI. And, I always say one thing about this organization here, National Alliance on Mental Illness, is that it could be mental illness in anyone's household. It doesn't restrict people that you think, they're walking the streets, they're in a facility. No, it could be in your house as well, which means something's gone wrong, or not gone wrong, but something's happening where you need some personal attention, and you just need to look out. So he came back and joined us a second time. So when his show comes up shortly on PBS Channel 56, it's going to be part 1, part 2. And I wanted to bring up some of the warning signs again, because I think that a lot of times, and even in my household, so I'm just going to be honest, it's a lot of pressure dealing with the COVID situation, and people being home and on top of one another. There's no real space. And now we're getting ready to send kids back to school, and people got to go back into the office. So some can make it and some can't. But look at these warning signs: feeling very sad or withdrawn for more than one or 2 days, or 1 or 2 weeks. Trying to harm or end one's life or making plans to do so. Severe, out of control, risk-taking behavior that causes harm to self or others. Sudden, overwhelming fear for no reason, sometimes with a racing heart, physical discomfort or difficulty breathing. Significant weight loss or gain. Seeing, hearing, or believing things that aren't real. Excessive use of alcohol or drugs. Drastic change in mood, behavior, personality, or sleeping habits. Extreme difficulty concentrating or staying still. Intense worries or fears that get in the way of daily activities. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to be old to go through some of these things, and it could happen in anyone's household. It could be a child, and some of these signs are in children because you're trying to figure out why little Marsha doesn't want to go out and play, or not even on the computer. And I think computers are a little too much. Sometimes, you need to have kids take a break from that TikTok and all that kind of stuff. But long story short, what I'm saying is that some of those signs are prevalent in all of us and could be at any time. So don't look at it like, I'm good. But you got to check out your siblings or other family members to make sure that they're good too. And there's another part to that called the ripple effect of mental illness. Okay, so with the ripple effect of mental illness, people with serious mental illness have an increased risk of chronic diseases like diabetes or cancer. 18% of U.S. adults with mental illness also have a substance use disorder. Okay. Rate of cardiometabolic diseases are twice as high in adults with serious mental illness. Okay, so that means, just take a look at that alone. At least 8.4 million Americans provide care to an adult with an emotional or mental illness. And a lot of us don't want to talk about it, but there is things going on in each person's household. And I shouldn't say everyone's, but it could be. So caregiver spends an average of 32 hours per week providing unpaid care. So you're doing the cooking and the cleaning and sometimes the bathing and running all the errands and everything, and that's almost like a full-time job. And it is, and you don't know when you can take a break yourself. 21% of experiencing homelessness also have a serious mental illness. Okay, so everybody you see walking the streets or whatever is not, everybody didn't start off just being homeless. Something happened that devastated them, that may have caused them to walk away from the home or the family. So don't look at every person you see on the street and say drug addict or, helpless, homeless person. Everybody's got a family. Everybody's got a family, but something has happened to cause that person to walk away, which was once their lifestyle. 37% of incarcerated in state and federal prison have a diagnosed mental illness condition. Oh, okay. 70% of youth in the juvenile justice system have at least one mental health condition. And 1 in 8 of all visits to U.S. emergency departments are related to mental substance use disorders. Okay, mental and substance use disorders. So sometimes, people who end up going to the hospitals or in the institution, sometimes it could be what they call a substance abuse disorder based on the fact that the person may have ingested something that cause harm to the mental state of mind or physical. And depression in a leading cause of disability worldwide. Depression is deep. It really is. Depression and anxiety disorder cost the global economy $1 trillion each year in lost productivity. So I want you to take a look at these because it's important to know that even in your own home, there is something going on, but you're saying everybody's fine, and maybe they are fine. Maybe they are, and maybe they're not. So you do have options to contact the National Alliance of Mental Illness or any of these agencies, really just to say, where can I get some help from? So to keep in mind that show coming up with Kevin Fischer, part 1 and part 2, the information on there is very helpful and supportive for those of you who know that you have someone in your household who has mental illness, or even if it's yourself and you need to, get assistance. Excuse me. Now, I had to go to this lady here, Disability Network of Wayne County. Now, this is Lori Hill Sanders, Executive Director, and Disability Network, Wayne County, Detroit. They're doing a lot of wonderful things over there on the corners, okay? So Ms. Sanders is one of those productive directors that get out in the community and involve herself in a lot of things that goes on throughout the community to support our disabled population and beyond. So it's not just disabled, but she does both. So let me show you this now. We're going to go from there to this wonderful food truck, okay? Okay, I had to do that. This is a new, should I say new? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, this one is being presented now. So they're fresh food delivery truck, okay, where you can purchase a fresh food delivery truck. Well, it says, has purchased a fresh food delivery truck for our disabled and elderly consumers. We have partnered with food distribution agencies and local farmers to bring fresh food and food boxes to be delivered to those who are sick and shut in. So that's what you call work in the community, okay? Disability Network of Wayne County, Detroit. And that truck is just gorgeous. So can you imagine that truck pulling up in your neighborhood and it's got fresh food on it? Okay. So check out the web address down below, www.mobilemarkettoyou.com. Okay. Or you can always give them a call as well. So let me go back to their address on there. That's their address. Okay. We have to come up with the phone number, but we have a show coming up too with Lori Hill Sanders and Commissioner Nicole Small. So you'll see that show coming up shortly. And those two ladies in particular gave out a wealth of information of community services that they are doing. And I just, applaud both of them. So thank you, ladies, for what you're doing in the city of Detroit. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, look, there should not be a home in Detroit or anywhere really that don't have food. So if you call or email Disability Network and they can't assist you in your area, ask them who can. So sometimes, everybody has a partner somewhere. If you're out of their jurisdiction, if they have one, then they will definitely refer you to their next associate agency that can help you. So never look at it like, oh, they're too far from me. No, they're not. They're right where they need to be and can come to you. All right. So when I do what I call Marsha's Recap, the reason I do that is because every now and then there is someone saying, I missed that show. Okay. So you missed a show, but you didn't miss the resources because I always repeat them again. Or you can always go back to Facebook and go to Just As Talk Show Facebook Live, and you can still see the same show. So they're always taped, replay on Facebook Live. And if you missed that, go to our website, justastalkshow.org. Where are we at? Yeah, justastalkshow.org, and you can still see the same show, or you can wait till it pops up on PBS Channel 56. Now, for those of you whose family members are not tech savvy, that's good. Just make sure that they get a chance to see the show on PBS. And when we come on PBS, let me show you. There we go. Every Wednesday at 5:30 a.m. and Friday at 2:30 p.m. Now, some people say, who's up at 5:30 in the morning? You'd be surprised who's up at 5:30 in the morning. A lot of people who call us are up at 5:30 in the morning, and right when the show goes off the air, people are on the phone, okay, asking about that show that they just saw. So, of course, there are people up at 5:30, and then the rest of you are available at 2:30. Okay, either way it go. And like I said, you can't miss us, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Just As Talk Show website, whether it's Channel 56, or even our local cable stations, Comcast Detroit, Comcast Detroit, Comcast Southfield, Birmingham Bloomfield, Livonia Redford, Definitely, you got to talk about where we're at today. So we at CMN Studios in our CMN Studio Troy District, which is wide open west. We're everywhere, okay? So if you missed us, it's only because you're not paying attention, okay? Because you're not. All right. Now moving right along. So a lot of the stuff, like I said, we have is people who we just saw recently, and if you missed it, we wanted to do a recap so you can still see them. So this lady here, Patricia Rencher, is the publisher of Urban Aging News, and people have called about this paper. Now, if you feel like you need to contact Ms. Rencher, there's her information. Okay, and some of you are, like I said, computer savvy. You could just type in Urban Aging News and get her information that way, or her email address. And as you can see, let's see, what's the phone number down there? Oh, yeah, 313-204-5140. So if you need to contact Patricia Rencher, or you want to go to urbanagingnews.com to request this wonderful paper, go ahead and do so. She can't wait to get a phone call, okay, to tell you, hey, I'm glad you're reading my paper. And we do go through this paper, she and I, every quarter to talk about some of the resources in here. So without further ado, on that note, what we got? I had to bring this page back up. Federal assistance for COVID-19 funeral expenses. A lot of people have lost family members and friends, and you need to know that you can call and find out if you're eligible to get an application in reference to getting refunded or some type of funeral assistance from the passing of your loved one. So they do have phone numbers down there. The Wayne County Metro Community Action Agency providing funeral assistance. Their number is 313-388-9799. 313-388-9799. And let's see, there is a online applications. Let's say online applications are not available. I'm sorry, online applications are not available, but you can call the COVID-19 Funeral Assistance Program at 844-684-6333, 844-684-6333, and you can find out from them as well how to get some information or get an application to complete for funeral assistance. And believe me, my hearing impaired and profoundly deaf population, 800-462-7585, 800-462-7585. So there's a lot of numbers here that you can still, call and find out if you can get some assistance in funeral costs. Now, with that being said, is a lot of people have lost more than one family member. So, of course, you're devastated. You lost more than one family member at the same time, and money is short. And some people have not been able to properly bury their loved ones. So why not give these people a call? At least if you had to bury your loved ones and it was not really, money is available to do that. You had to borrow, scrape up, put a lien on the house, whatever have you. Call and see if you can get some assistance to see if you can get some money back. Okay, it's not a lot, but it's going to help you get back on your feet. You can't help it when someone passes with what you have to go through, but you can seek out services and benefits that are available, and that's a FEMA program. Okay, so further on into Pat Rencher's paper, Wayne County Metro Detroit.org. Okay. Behind on your rent or utilities. Now, the moratorium has been lifted, so why wait to see when the shoe drops again? Definitely you want to call Wayne Metropolitan Community Action Agency and ask them, is there any programs or assistance still available for rent and utility assistance? That is so important. It is so many people without monies to pay their rent and utilities that's part of what brings on mental illness too. So at least pass this information on, 313-388-9799, okay, or go to www.waynemetro.org and ask. what services, what benefits are available, what funding. Get something that can cure a bill so that you can at least have some pressure lifted off of you. So I'm going to leave that one up for a little bit because you see they have property tax assistance. You can definitely check that out. Anything at this point is a given, so why not ask? What do I say? You know what I say. Just ask. Okay. But this is serious. Even though I have a chuckle about just ask, I say that because when I was coming through, stages of life trying to find resources and stuff, I used to wonder why it was so hard. And then when I get what I need, I'm like, is that all? So, to be honest with you, Just Ask was designed out of my own future, my own past of struggling, trying to find resources. And when I say that, I'm a hearing impaired person and I wear hearing aids, and I just remember my parents really couldn't afford to purchase hearing aids for me, and I had a job. And so just so happened I worked for the government, and come to find out, they pay for my hearing aids. Okay, so when I was younger, and years after years after years, I've gotten my hearing aids for little or nothing, and sometimes free. So if you're a hearing impaired person, I would suggest you have to check out if your insurance offers any benefits. And mine's did. Blue Cross Blue Shield used to pay, I think it was 50%? I think it was 50%. And then the state paid the other half. So don't be afraid to ask those things. Okay, and don't be afraid to ask me, just ask. All right, so we're going to move right along to Pat's paper, Respite Possibly an Affordable Adult Day Center. Sometimes you need a break, caregivers. I know I do. So at the point that you need a break, you can definitely find some resources that provide for your loved one. Either they can take them someplace and get some assistance for them, or if they can't take them someplace, there is a program where someone can come to the home. And you know what? Don't look at it like strangers in my house. What you have to look at it like is that there's someone that can assist you, and you can interview the people. You don't just have people in your house. So yes, you do interview individuals to find out, are they the right fit for your loved one? Can you, have a break, go away for a day or two or something? Sometimes that's what we have to do. Take a break and find out what we can do to help get support in the household, especially if you're a single child and you are caring for your elderly parents, and it's two. You want to have a break in there somewhere, but you have to line up the right person for your loved ones to be comfortable with, and you. Now, I wouldn't just say bring someone to your home. I'm going to tell you, bring someone to your home, and you need to have your home equipped. Okay, when I'll tell you about what I mean by having your home equipped. Now, there's another program, Elder Care Coordinating Settling Family Feuds. I'm into this one because I realized that as we're starting to age and the parents want to stay in their home, they want to manage their income and everything, there's sometimes a conflict with the young adult child or older adult child who is supposed to be handling all their affairs. Well, the Michigan Elder Care Coordination Program provides resources for the entire family, so that if there's a dispute amongst the siblings in who cares for mom and dad, or the finances are up and some issues with that, you can address that as well. So Elder Care Coordination Settling Family Feuds is a good program, so that when the parents pass on or before they pass on, the siblings won't fall apart and start hating each other for life. You ever thought about that, how it's 3 or 4 brothers and sisters, the parents pass on, now everybody's not speaking? Where we get that from? Okay, we was raised together, now the parents are gone, now we hate each other. Okay, who's got the house, who's got the car, who took the money? So what I'm saying is there's some programs out here that can eliminate all that frustration before it gets that far. We just need to know where to look. And if you're not sure, just ask. Okay, all right, you got the message. All right, so down here, I want to let you know about there's some programs for mental health. Okay, there's always mental health. There's some programs about transportation. So Pat Rencher's paper has all these different services and service providers that are willing to assist you in any way you need. Transportation. You got down there train awareness, Henry Ford Healthcare, the Caregiver Assistant Program. Okay, the National Kidney Foundation Workshop. and that's a person who might be suffering from kidney loss, from diabetes or something. In-home vaccination, in case you don't want to leave the home, you can get vaccinated in your home. And there's a program that tell you about the vaccination. So if you still not sure about being vaccinated, just give them a call and find out more about the vaccination. And then if you want someone to come to your house and provide you a vaccination, then there's that program too. All right, so we didn't leave anything out. This time I just wanted to make sure that we were clear on what was out here, and definitely inform you of that. The vaccination program is live and running, okay? Majority of us have gotten it, and some of us are still not sure. But one thing I want to say about getting vaccinated is that if you're on medication, you need to talk to your doctor and the pharmacist. Find out how many days in advance can you, if it's a day off from your medication. It's like, okay, blood pressure medicine. Can you skip the day, the same day you're taking the vaccination? Can you or can you not? If it's other medication, is there any side effects from that kind of medication? Blood thinner, vitamins, heart medicine. So, yeah, I don't blame you for being nervous, ladies and gentlemen, but definitely check out and ask your doctors and pharmacists. Hey, I want to get vaccinated, but I want to know, can I spread this out? Like, I get an injection in my neck, okay? So for those who know, I have a plate in my neck from this horrible car accident. I get an injection in my neck. There's no way I was going to have that injection and the vaccination at the same time. So what I did was I spread it out 3 weeks apart so that my mind would be at ease that, okay, these two types of medication won't clash. That was me. But you're not me. But I'm just saying that's what I would do. Okay, so take that in consideration. If you still thinking about getting vaccinated, at least know where you stand with that as far as your medication is concerned. What can you do, and what are your options, and what are the side effects if there's any? All right. So now I had to wrap this up today because I was on a roll with everybody's information. But the most important thing that I wanted to be on a roll about is I don't want you to miss the Health and Fun Fair on October 21st, 2021 at the Eastern Market, Shed number 5. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that you all will come out and join us. It's going to be a wonderful day, and we're going to have this tape live. If you didn't know, I'm telling you now, it's going to be taped live. So I want to make sure that you all get a chance to enjoy us and what we do. And bring your questions, all right? We have lots of stuff to give away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up here. You know me. I'm your host, Marsha Florence, and what do I always say? If you have a question about a person with a disability, or if you just have a general question, don't be afraid to ask. Just ask. I'm your host. See you next time.